Hello, and welcome to Rolling Escapades Season 2, Episode 12, Part 1, the series in which 9 dudes get around to get together, play Dungeons & Dragons, have fun, put it on the internet. Orcs disguise themselves as human, take captives, and ride around on giant bats. Obviously, again, this week we're only 7 people. Andrew, as we said last week, is at the Board Games Expo thing, and Ivan has to work late, so he's not here.
We haven't killed him.
We promise.
We didn't burn him.
Liam didn't consume him.
We didn't do what now?
You can't prove it. Destai is our sponsor. Fine makers of chainmail and macrame, such as key rings and dice bags and rings and necklaces and other various things. Links in the description. Go click, search, buy, enjoy. It's awesome. Why wouldn't you?
Nothing to do with cannibalism.
You'll also find links to the artist, Christopher Rolls, who's... at this point, I'm hoping to God you've seen the awesome character art. So go check out his Facebook page and go look at his stuff on DM's Guild, like Izzy's slightly used airships. Go look at the Patreon, be a patron for us, because we need people to be our patrons, because then we can have things to get more stuff. Basically, putting it in a very simple way. We want to do more, but to do more we need funds, essentially. So be a patron. And then you can talk to us and hang out with us and get early access to videos and things like that. And then go look at the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find us on Twitch and twitch.tv/FURN Gaming. And there's a monthly podcast which you can find on Podbean and iTunes. It's called the FURN Cast, in which we just talk random things for a couple of hours. It's always good fun. You guys
like this, but even less focused.
Yeah, it really
Deliberately
is.
less focused.
Yeah.
I think it's better to say that this is deliberately focused.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or at least an attempt.
It exposes the default.
Okay, so recap. The Errant Guard have been travelling to the town of Dunatul, situated on the Turquoise Lagoon. En route, you have encountered a few strange occurrences in the forms of sentient violence and fog-enshrouded ruins with the undead walking through. The latest strange occurrence was a group of odd-looking humans who had set up camp inside a copse. Investigating, you came to blows with these humans and discovered that they were in fact orcs. You slew all but one, who got away on their giant bat mount, and discovered that they had captives from the southern village of Dunatul. People that Eldaran recognized. They were Byrol Helimian, or Diamond Dew, as she normally introduces herself, the female wood elf who runs Byrol's Curiosity Shop. Store Wind River, male human Cropfire and retired soldier. And Mara Helder, female human and mistress of the ferry within the southern village. They all showed signs of having been poisoned with the oil of Taggart, but with the help of Eldaran's lay on hands, you cleansed them of the poison and brought them to consciousness. So,
What was the village name, sorry?
the village name is the southern village.
Dunatil.
Dunatil is the town, yes.
Oh, it's just the southern village of. Okay.
Yes. Dunatil is the town that sits on the lake.
Fucking
Sits
hell,
within
that's
the lagoon.
imaginative.
But there are, around it, there are farming estates and small little towns that
I'm
are...
sorry, I did that bit. I just didn't do any of the names.
That's why I decided that was what they were going to be called ages
No,
ago.
I'm calling them imaginative, not either of you two.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this eastern, southern, northern and western villages, which is where all the chains and ferries exist to get you into Dunatil, which sits on an island in the centre of the Turquoise Lagoon. Which it's mostly farmers and people like that who live out there, so they can farm.
Because you can't farm a lake.
Yeah.
Fishing.
You can fish a lake, you can't farm a lake.
Yeah.
You could farm to see with a kelp and stuff.
Anyway.
So, the 3 NPCs are all brought to consciousness. The wood elf is still grasping her side because her ribs are broken and she's in a lot of pain. However, all 3 very quickly become aware of who's in front of them, and the 2 humans drop to one knee, and the elf does her best to curtsy,
I thought the healing potion he gave her helped a lot.
She hasn't drunk it yet.
I thought she was
I
necking
thought you
it.
said she did.
Yeah,
I thought she immediately went like that.
No, she didn't.
No.
Oh, I misheard.
I don't. Well,
I
maybe
heard
she
the
did,
same
right?
thing.
You said she did.
But
Does cure wounds fix broken bones?
no.
Didn't think so.
Which also neither does a healing potion.
Yeah. Broken bones, yeah.
There's a spell called regenerate.
Yeah, that fixes broken bones.
that fixes broken things.
Or maybe turn.
So she might have nicked it. I don't remember. If she did, she hasn't now because it would make no sense to. She's not lost any hit points. She only has 4.
Oh, she hasn't lost any. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just knocked unconscious and then had a. Well, I mean, she's probably lost a couple from having her ribs broken.
Okay.
But yes, they all drop and bow to Eldaran. All of them sort of varying states of my lord.
Oh, why did I make this character? This is so embarrassing.
Yes. Right.
Fuck you guys.
The campfire is still cooking, still going. There is still half a boar cooking on the campfire. One side right now is probably blackening nicely
Probably.
because it hasn't been.
I'm gonna go quickly attend to
Yeah.
that and make sure that's not gonna, because we can use that.
Yeah, definitely. Please. My friends, stand.
Yeah. They all.
Why
they all,
are you here?
stand.
What has happened to you? You're far from home.
Store sort of points down at the unconscious orcs. And them.
Unconscious?
Sorry, not
Slain.
unconscious. They're whatever. Corpses. They're not unconscious because you guys didn't unlethally kill them. You killed them.
We lethally killed them.
Yeah.
Unlethal.
We didn't unlethally kill them.
It's been a long week.
It really has.
It was a bank holiday.
Yeah, I know. I
Was it? Oh yeah.
He's
Really?
up to 4 flubs already.
I
You're
know.
doing well.
Anyway,
Might need a second D12 at this rate.
at least we're focusing.
It's gonna be good this week.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on these ball steaks.
There you go.
Right, we're gonna get a lot done. It's gonna be productive.
Store says them. I don't know how Byro and Mara were got, but hang on, let me just double check.
I was just meeting my granddad.
Store indicates one of the ones wearing leather armor that had the darts, and said that one tried to fight me in the street. My fucking leg. Man, I couldn't keep up with him, so he got me.
Fought with the leg.
He's got a very, very pronounced limp.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's a former soldier.
he is a very he's a
I
former
was
soldier.
picturing something from our previous campaign where someone actually used the leg. In
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how this went.
Yeah, no,
That would have been great for
His,
him.
he just the small period you see him walking around, he's a very pronounced limp on his right leg, and he's heavily scarred, and he
Yeah.
walks and talks like a soldier sort of thing. We had the guy had reports that the eastern village was expecting an attack from an orc warband. So, as is procedure, the guards from the other 3 towns went across to help defend because there's not many. During that's when I ran into him, and he stabbed me, and then something happened. I woke up here. Mara, sort of, she's helped Byro sort of over to one of the rocks, and is getting her to lean against the rock, not so much sit down, but is doing her best to try and make Byro comfortable. Mara says, I was doing my job, and she looks around and says, well, the person I last spoke to isn't here.
One of them got away.
Right. He came in requesting a timetable for the ferries, which is my job to do, so I gave him one. And then I went off to do something else. I came back. He handed it to me, and then I don't remember after that. What you do know, because you know about order target is a contact poison.
Okay.
So you only have to touch it. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to cause an injury.
Alright. I would actually told them that it was probably poisoned on the timetable. That when you touched it, caused you to sink into unconsciousness.
That's clever.
Worryingly so.
Orcs. Pa.
Have you heard of orcs using such deception before?
Go ahead and make a history check. I'm also going to have.
I'm also thinking some sort of water.
14.
Cool. Bear with. I'm also going to have Thingy do one. When I think of his name.
Shamshir.
Yeah, Shamshir is going to do one.
Shimsham. Shimsham.
Shamshit.
5.
5. Player number
Shamshir
5.
5.
That's what he is.
2 5s.
What? Oh.
Let's just double check what favorite enemy gives you. Intelligence checks to recall information. Perfect.
Nice.
The unburdening fragrance of Shamshir.
Shamshir number 5. Oh, someone we need to
Well, we
make
got
that.
12. And Icarus. No, not Orcs. No one's going to know anything. Derek, you could actually make a roll on this.
Thank you, Cat.
Orcs.
Because I hypothetically know everything.
Yeah. You read a lot, so.
That was not the high number. What history?
History, yeah.
14.
No, 14, okay. So 14, 14,
disastrous.
12. So you have both heard of, and so Shamshir, of there are occasionally orcs that are smarter. They are called Orcs. But in terms of what they are, they're still orcs. They're still we're going to run at you and hit you till you fall over or we fall over. You are unable to think of anything that would explain an orc using poison and deception. That's very, very strange for
Fair
an
enough.
orc.
So yeah, I'll say, well, I've faced Orcs before, which technically count as clever orcs, but they're still of the, beefcake melee variety. They don't piss around with poisons or anything.
Not the wearing someone else's face.
No, this
variety.
is entirely new to me. Did you say that poison is a contact poison?
Yes.
Did we pick any vials up from dead bodies?
No, I didn't have any.
Nope, they used
used
their
the
last
last of
one
it.
to knock shade out.
Well, shit. Wanted some for the hammer.
Well,
Become a nap hammer.
I wonder what they were going to do next with you. They must have had some reason to take.
And they picked the 3 very carefully.
Yes. That. And they distracted the guard away. Small strike team. There's something greater at play here.
So we found out why they attacked the bridge and they took the the former guardsman, but the third one, what happened to?
The elf,
Byrel.
Byrel, very haltingly and trying to speak around a broken rib.
Yeah.
Explains that the very first one that you killed, which is a female orc, walked into her shop and gave her a story, which was true. So she turned her back to get an item for them, and felt a blade sink into the lower of her back.
Oh, so she had your stab.
Yeah. I mean, Storr was stabbed as well, but
Oh.
he had a fight.
Yeah.
He just lost because his leg means he can't fight very well.
Yeah.
Can I try and make a medicine check for viral? See if I can do anything.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, make a medicine check.
Can I
Assist. Yeah,
assist
go
on
for
that
it.
one? Advantage. I'm gonna
Yeah.
help.
You got it in just in time.
That does help. 20.
20. Yeah. You can probably
wrap our
find
ribs.
if nothing else, the main ingredient.
I had a
for-
healer's kit, so that will have bandages.
Yes. Yeah. You can bandage her up, and you do also know that the main ingredient for health potions is a plant normally found in forests, and you can form some sort of painkiller.
I'll go and
As-
get that. I
yeah.
guess,
Is,
'cause
is,
I
is,
actually have a herbalism
is,
kit.
is the bone like going in?
No, it's just it's a fracture rather than a split.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. It was a hard kick, but it's a hard kick at a very odd angle because he was kicking down. So it more rebounded, but she's just.
I think I'll pitch what I was going to try and do anyway. I was going to try and use if her bone was going in, I was going to try and use Mage Hand inside her to push the bone back out, which would have really hurt, but might have been really beneficial.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to reset a
And-
bone, that
and
would
would you-
definitely been
and I
the
was
way of doing
like, would you have allowed that?
Yeah, I'd allowed that. Yeah, that's.
I mean, actually, how else would you set a rib in? I mean, that.
That would do it. Or you just cast Regenerate and watch as their body just. Which, to be fair, would be just as painful.
Just as painful, but less scarring. Like,
Less creepy of I'm about to put a
mentally.
hand inside you.
Yeah.
A magic
My
hand.
special invisible floaty hand.
It's way up there.
I'd be more okay with that.
Cast mage.
Yeah.
Just cast mage hand. Someone else cast minor illusion to like get the rubber glove and.
Dear Lord. Okay.
Right.
So yes, you
I'm
help
touching you right
her.
now.
You bandage her up. You give her an arm sling, so she's not moving the left side of her body as much.
Yeah.
And between your concut up a temporary painkiller, so that at least she is able to talk and move around and whatnot without constantly.
Agony.
She's not screaming, which kudos to her. for
Yeah.
some random shopkeeper, she's doing a pretty good job of just being. But that's probably that's all of her willpower, not to hurt.
Yeah. If you can you tell us what she told you?
I don't really remember. I cared for the
That's-
story at the time, and that's what
fine.
I do.
That's fine. I think it's probably too late to travel on this evening. Maybe we should camp here.
There's a reason I started tending to what they started.
Yeah.
But we should definitely keep a strong watch.
Store does say, I don't really remember much of how we got here, but I know we came through the air. Vague images of rushing. I woke up a bit, and judging by the time, I'd say we've been in this copse for the day.
Well, they were using giant bats as mounts, so that explains the flying thing.
How long does the poison normally keep them unconscious? Is it just until they take
It's,
it out?
it's 8 hours,
Oh, wait.
so they had a lot of poison.
Yeah. They start with a fuckload of it.
Are there any signs of the poison, like vials around or anything?
No.
Just drop them off the side of the bat on the way there.
Pretty much, they were just like, smear it on you, get rid of that vial. Smear it on you, get rid of that vial.
Oh, I thought so. How far away are we from the town roughly now?
You're about 3 days out on horseback.
Okay, yeah, so flying would get there quicker.
Yes, flying would get there a lot quicker.
Oh, didn't you want to re-explain the moon cycle?
Oh yeah, because I fucked up last week. So I said it was going to be a.
fucked up.
Thank you for reminding me. I said it was going to be a full moon on the 4th, but I read my calendar wrong, and that will be when there's no moon.
Smooth.
It's the other way around. It won't be a full moon until the 19th.
Almost the opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
Finish the Jaffa cake.
So yeah, because otherwise the 30-day cycle isn't a 30-day cycle. It's like an 11-day cycle, and that's far too quick.
That's pretty weird.
Speedy old moon.
It's a faster, smaller moon that's closer to the planet.
Yes.
Slowly burning up.
Yes.
So we call the moon the Wizard.
Oh my god, look at me!
Yeah. Okay, so if we're staying in this copse tonight, let me think. Okay,
Now we've all got million
Shamshir,
questions.
Throndraek, can you two do me a favour? Can you go and fetch the horses from the edge of the copse, bring them in here? Many thanks.
Icarus will say he'll go do it instead. Those two disappear.
Oh, okay.
Woo! The PC's
So
done
what's
with.
the time of day?
It's fairly into the evening, I think.
Yes, hang on, let me just edit my thing because you guys got here as the sun was close to setting. So now,
It's been about 10 minutes.
it's been longer than that because of the
Healing and stuff.
Okay.
and the scouting that Shay
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah.
We're
true.
probably talking
That
really
healing
now.
potion I gave her, did you say that she didn't take it?
She
then?
didn't take
Like,
it.
she didn't take it from me, or she just didn't.
She wouldn't have taken it from you because she would know enough that it wouldn't help. It wouldn't help her.
Right, fair enough.
Plus one.
While
Yeah.
people are
One
doing
great
stuff
thing.
in the clearing, I'm actually going to go hunting for more herbs and stuff for healing
So,
potions.
I didn't know a horse could make that noise.
It's about the sun has set, so it's somewhere between like 8 and 9, like halfway through. It's about half 8, something like that. So there is no light anymore.
We can light torches off fire.
Yes.
I'm going to throw up some dancing lights.
Cool.
Is there a firewood pile that they've got?
Yes, there is. Yeah. They already have a firewood pile.
While I was doing that, I was going to search for various herbs for to make healing potions with.
Yes, that is fine. Let me just recheck what my DC was for doing those.
Ah.
Fill up the old kettle.
Weapons this. I think it's on this one. It's not on that one. Oh, that's annoying. I should put that in the other place as well.
I'm gonna start sharpening my great axe. That can't block because it's magic, but
I have a
Soothing.
Keeping your hand in.
It's
I have a
soothing.
whetstone.
yeah, that's what I mean. I
You
probably
want
have
to?
that. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
assume
actually
everyone
have one
carries a
with
whetstone. Everyone that uses melee basically has to have a
Actually,
shotgun.
sharpen stuff.
Whilst I
like
attempt
forward
to
crossbow
find it,
Right.
go ahead and
Probably
make a
drops it.
perception check.
It's a one object.
I mean, you could sharpen it. It
Yeah,
is.
to be fair, you can sharpen the edges.
Make it very square.
Like, even if you miss, just like, shing.
This is my hammer, the Lego brick.
The most powerful weapon in the universe.
Have you doomed us all?
Yes. He has found the ancient Harisk and awoken it from its slumber.
Does he pick some herbs?
All I did was pull on a dandelion.
That wasn't a
And
damn
purple. Roll
19.
19. Cool.
Why isn't this flower coming up? Oh! To daisies. My bad.
Don't think that was intentional.
No, it was still really
But it was
good.
Not intentional at all.
But that was good.
Best puns are unintentional.
Oh, I didn't write this down. Okay, 19. Cool. Cool. It's epinol is what you're looking for. It's a mushroom.
Oh, okay.
So with the 19,
tobacco.
you'll go around and you'll find about 6 pounds of epinol, which you'd be able to use to make 2 healing potions.
Okay, cool.
While that's going on, I'm going to ask the 3 of them to just stay here and let us clean up and we'll set camp. And then I'm going to start moving bodies into a corner.
I will help
Yeah.
with that.
And then I'll...
I will put
You
them in
could
the
just put
ditch
them
so
in the
they
hole,
go
yeah.
for...
Yeah, that works too. And then I'll say a prayer because still souls, even if they're orcs.
Cool.
And then, yeah, food, I guess.
Food.
Awesome. So you guys sit down, enjoy boar. Viral does what she can to eat. It's a lot easier for her to eat with the painkiller kicking in, but it's still unpleasant.
Yeah.
She's not looking forward to trying to sleep.
No, she.
But yeah,
I could use sleep.
ask for a minute.
But she'd still be asleep.
For a minute.
Yeah, but then it'd be easier to get to sleep again because you've already been asleep.
I can make her sleep.
Don't.
Forever.
We don't want that.
I mean, if I punch her, I might not kill her.
You can,
Let's not take that risk.
As long as I roll 2 or less on the dice.
you can opt to not lethally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I'm just gonna sit there for like the next little while, just grinding up the start of the healing potion.
Special things.
You will want to grind it up.
But whatever you need to do today.
Well, for the moment, you just keep the mushrooms. When you have a day to make a healing potion, then you can start doing stuff with it.
I wasn't sure if we could just do bits and pieces to make it.
No,
total.
because you'll ruin the material.
Fuck.
It will last until you start chopping it, and then as things are wont to do, when you increase the surface area, they rot quicker. Because increased surface area means more reactions. Because science, yo.
Science, yo.
Science in a world of magic.
Science
It exists.
Physics.
Advancement technology.
Entropy always wins.
Chemistry.
Okay.
Distinguishable magic.
So you guys take
You're not
hour or so to sit, eat, have a bit to drink, tidy up.
While we're eating, I make sure Throndraek's using cutlery properly.
Yes.
Practicing, right?
I that was to see whether I just give up and throw the forks at someone, but I don't.
Frustration shit. I like it.
Because like you eat so much less this way.
You eat the same amount.
It's just slower.
Yes, probably.
I mean, you do have a point.
Well, I have 3.
I don't want to point out the fact that you actually have 4.
8 intelligence.
I know.
We were talking about jokes. And
Store-
holy shit.
Store is watching this with some amusement because he is just eating like this.
Ignoring that completely, I do not care.
Does he notice?
And he looks at you and just.
I don't laugh.
I throw the fork at Shade.
I catch it.
It might not hit you.
I hit him.
Okay, you.
Do you throw it?
Do you throw it back?
Yes.
Just better keep on making an attack roll.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Yeet the fork.
Yeet. I don't know.
Hits.
Oh, what is it?
It
Unarmed.
counts as a monk. It's a monk weapon.
Yeah.
So
So you
what
get
am I adding?
plus
One
wisdom
more,
just
plus
normal weapon,
8,
weapon,
you're
your normal
7.
weapon bonus.
which
Yeah,
is
you hit.
4. Well, 9 plus 8 then. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
cool. So you hit. Roll damage. It's a
1d4.
monk weapon, so it
What,
does
what,
d6.
what am I rolling?
1d6.
Was it D8?
Fuck me.
Monk
Monk damage plus
First
3.
time I'm
I think
using
it's
this.
D8
Maybe I
now.
throw a fork back at someone.
No, it's d6. Level 6.
You roll 6.
So that's 11 points of piercing
like-
damage.
He's just like, in
No!
your shot.
Yeah, the fork has embedded the entire length of the fork is in like the points, the prongs is embedded in Throndraek's shoulder.
I'm just gonna be like, oh,
Fucking hell, that's buried in there. Good God.
I am also very injured, so I'm probably not feeling the best. No.
Yeah, that was a functional there.
I'm guessing that was an automatic reaction. You didn't think about that, did you?
I saw it leave his hand and then it was in his shoulder.
we've been sparring a lot, so I've
Yeah, we
probably done that
have.
before.
It was a test of reflexes, I'm sure.
Still away.
Anyway, the boar is lovely.
It's a little. Part of it is a little burnt.
I thought it was a little
It's
boring.
spent.
Get out!
Do you want the fork back so you can throw it at him instead?
Don't worry.
No, you want to throw it to me first?
You'd miss, but...
Well, I mean, really, I'd be there like, eh? Anyway,
Okay.
focus.
No,
So-
we don't have to cross a ford.
You finish eating, and the horses are brought in and tied up around, and you are settling down for the night. I would assume you're setting watches.
Defo.
Yes, that's fair. Who would like to take first watch?
Me, please.
Do you have dark vision?
He's an elf.
Yeah, cool. So if I go with you, then I'm with someone who's got dark vision.
Very
Cool.
hurt.
Okay.
I need sleep.
Yeah, and also he's injured and I'm the healer.
So, you two are on first watch, and then you'll also be on, I assume, second watch? Or are you going to sleep the middle two?
I'm very
No,
hurt.
you have to
I
sleep.
want sleep.
So, are you watching or sleeping?
I don't know. Huh? No, oh no. Oh yeah, well, no. Do the first watch and then I can
at the
sleep
same time
afterwards.
everyone else does at the end of the long
Probably
rest.
the last one.
Doesn't
Yeah,
that
but
with
it's
which
4
one?
hours
The
for an
last
elf.
watch you work better. Oh no, it would be the best to do the last watch, wouldn't it? Because then you rest first and you get everything back.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
downside
cool.
of elves.
So-
For 4 hours. But
Yeah.
Eldaran and who else is doing the first watch?
Sure.
I'll do the first watch.
Oh,
That's fine, yeah, because you could be up for 4 hours. That's fine.
All right.
So, the three of you make perception checks. Oh, what are you doing? Are you looking, hearing, what?
I mean, I'm looking probably.
Looking.
I will probably hear because
You'll just go for listening. Okay. So looking, make checks with disadvantage because there is no light outside of the campfire light out into the woods.
It's a disadvantage, yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's fine though, right?
Yeah, because you're eagle eyes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not
Nine.
bad. Oh no, that was 14, not 4. All right.
Cool. 9.
6.
6. Awesome.
I had a 15 and a 2.
18.
Fortunate. 18.
I have an 8.
Eldaran and Aegis, you notice at some point sort of are.
I mean, I'll be patrolling.
yeah,
like I
you're
usually do.
patrolling or whether. You will a couple of times probably just catch them sort of staring at the fire, which is very hard to do when you sit next to a fire.
Yeah, that's seriously, I mean,
Um,
who does that?
So you know they sort of just stare and watch the fire. It does have the benefit that they keep the fire lit, but they're not overly aware of what's going on. But as you are patrolling and looking out and constantly staying on the move, you don't notice anything. You occasionally, without meaning to, you disturb one of the horses as they sleep, just as you're wandering past. They, briefly whinny and then settle back into sleeping.
Cool.
Cool. Who wants to do second watch? Obviously, you're still awake.
I was actually going
I
to
will-
sleep at this point.
Okay, so you're just going to wake up for the last part?
Yeah, last
Okay.
watch. as well.
I would
Okay,
like shake power awake.
cool.
What? Okay.
I guess either you or one of the NPCs.
Yeah, cool. Shamshir will have a watch.
Come on then, come with me. And I'm going to light a torch and I'm also going to just keep patrolling the perimeter.
Okay, cool. So you can make a check, just a straight roll, and Shamshir will patrol with you.
Oh,
Oh, that's
oh.
ouch.
Okay.
No.
Shamshir got a 23.
Good, because I only got a 10.
You got 10. Cool.
23 is pretty good.
Again, you're as you're wandering around, you're doing your best to look out, but you're also a little distracted by the fire, and also just thinking through what it is about those orcs that was off. It's bothering you because you've had a lot of experience with orcs, and it annoys you that you didn't know why they're being smart.
Annoys me I didn't recognise their bloody language earlier, but hey ho. That too.
Yes, yeah. Shamshir's paying attention. Nothing happens. You have a very uneventful watch. Though some of your allies during the watch do sort of during their sleep toss and turn a little bit, which I was going to do the secret, but I don't want to right now. So, Aegis, you have gone to sleep.
Meditating, yes.
Yeah. You are trancing, as you are wont to do, reliving through the day, redoing all your training, making sure that you learn all the, relearn and learn all the things that you have done through your time live. Bear with me one sec. I'll just try to find
I'm
something.
alive.
I have a feeling I might have to take notes on this.
When was Aegis' time when he was unalive?
That's a very interesting way of putting it.
Divine sense.
Cast turn undead and he happens to run away.
I hit him, my smite doesn't do extra damage.
Oh, I did a number.
Ah! Skeleton underneath. Kill him.
There's several.
There's a skeleton underneath.
Yeah, but that one's animated.
Everyone's animated.
So, what you
You're not dead.
you
He shot me.
experience something that you've experienced once before.
Oh.
As you are trancing
Aw.
and reliving your own memories, you lose control of where your memories are going and where your thoughts are going. And you find yourself once again looking at a grass field with a single rose. You didn't call it, you didn't try to relive it, but it is there looking at you. Well, you look there for you to
Looking
look
at me.
It's
It is
yeah.
Liam's eye.
And then there's
Rose with eyes, man.
a blur, and you see yourself looking at a waterfall. There is water running down. You can hear it, you can see it, you can smell the water, but you're sure this is not a memory that you have personally outside of when it appeared before. And then you see a field of snow, and you see snowflakes just falling on top of it. And then past that, you see a mountain, or a mountain range.
Is this in the same with the snow? Or?
No, this is just you just seeing a mountain range. It's another scene, and you're looking up to it. The sun is quite high in the sky, and you can see that the mountain is glistening, shining, like it is covered in crystals or water or something like that. And then the scene shifts again, and you see the same elf that you saw before. The same maddeningly beautiful elf. Even for an elf, it makes it an elf so beautiful it makes other elves look like gremlins or trolls or troglodytes.
No, I just want a wet drink.
I rather hope not.
Again, unsure on the gender, just an elf. It could be either or, but they are standing there on nothing, slowly just beckoning you forwards.
Can I try and will myself forwards?
You will yourself forwards, and you get closer and closer, and then there's a spark in the fire, and hot embers brush across your face, and you jolt awake.
Oh shit, I knew that was going to happen.
Just
Which, as you jolt awake, you become aware that
Your
Hard
dude in your pants.
Shamshir are sort of looking at you. As he has been moving more than he would normally, and he's sort of just jolted awake.
Weird dream.
No more than I've had before.
Go ahead and make a history check for me.
Me?
Yep.
Ooh!
A number.
One short of the max I could get,
Nice. Awesome.
which I think is 20 in total.
20. Okay.
Yes.
You are pretty sure you know what that mountain range is.
I guess
The
that.
Crystal Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maze underneath it.
Large ball.
So yeah,
All of you.
it's a new scene. Don't know why it was shown, but yeah, the Crystal Mountains. It's a place you know. Well, Shamshir apart are presumably still looking at you very strangely.
So sparks from the fire. And I'm going to return to my meditation because I kind of need to stay in that
Yep.
before bad things happen.
Well, okay then.
I'm gonna
So,
yeah, I do say I'm going to return to my meditation.
That's fine. And
Shamshir, I've had an idea. You know, back at that farm when you lot started gabbling away in Elvish, me and Throndraek had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. I think there might be something to that. What if we as a whole, and I'll bring this up to everyone else, but what if we as a whole group learn a language, if we can? Getting Throndraek to learn new words might be a bit difficult. So we can then have covert conversations in a tavern or in some public place. Do you see where I'm getting at with this?
it'll be worth running by the rest of the party.
My thought process for now, potentially we might have to sweet talk Derek into this. He's halfling.
Maybe. The halflings are hard to. They don't often share their language.
That's my thought. But because that's a double-edged sword, you know, because it's not that widely known.
Have I gone to sleep before they do this?
You would have done.
Yeah, I figured I was
Okay.
going to start this conversation once we're back in the trees and
Yeah,
walking
and
around.
you trance very quickly, and you are back controlling.
Yeah,
where
before
it
I
is.
start losing, getting
Yeah.
game fatigue again.
Yeah, and you are back in control of where your trance goes.
I'm going to be focusing on what just happened.
That's fine. So you are able to recall the information, but you can't. There is no more detail to add. There's nothing more to add, and there's no. You are in control of it. None of the visions go further than what you saw. Okay. Shade.
Hello.
20 your lucid dream, a ball of string shall bounce past.
Let's scratch your face.
You are also in the midst of your trance. And you are, as elves are wont to do, in control, reliving training, perfecting arts, stuff like that. When you find a scene, you're as it runs, you're sure it's a memory, but you can't quite place it.
Okay.
What you can place is you are in darkness. You cannot hear, you cannot see, you cannot smell, you cannot taste, but you can feel. And you are able to feel that you are running, you are moving. You can feel your quarterstaff in your hand.
Okay.
And occasionally you feel it being raised up and sort of in almost like a drill. You're moving through
Practice.
various attack positions. And then you hear a noise. It's the rustling of bushes and a very low, deep growl.
Great.
But everything stays dark. That's just what you hear, and it's just there for a moment.
Even though I couldn't hear anything else.
Yep.
Apart from asking.
Yep. And then nothing. There's nothing else happening. You stop for a moment from your drills. You get the sense that you're looking around, but you don't know what you're looking at. There is nothing for you to see. And you go back into your drills. You continue to move through the various strikes with the quarterstaff. The strikes you can follow up after you've attacked with the quarterstaff, the kicks, the punches, the headbutts, elbows. And then you hear another rustling sound and you hear a snapping twig. And again, you turn on guard towards it. There's nothing. You're still just looking into blackness, darkness. You start tentatively walking towards where the sound came from. In all the spinning and whatnot you've done during your strikes. You're not sure if it's in the same direction that you heard a sound come from the first time. You can't see anything, it's just dark. But you start walking towards it. And then you hear another twig snap and go on stance. And then there's another one, and then you start hearing the footsteps of a large lumbering beast charging towards you. And you raise your stick and bring it down in a strike, and then you feel it collide with something. And then you feel pain, just pain beyond what you could feel, and all you can see is red as the pain is coming from your face.
Ouch. Right.
That's all you have, just red and pain, and then it fades, and you are back into the trance of the drills that you were doing before, the ones you were in control of.
How did I get like a sense of how big this thing might have been?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
9.
9. You're not sure,
Okay.
but it wasn't a small creature.
Yep.
It was probably bigger than you are. Especially.
Oh, sweet.
Especially as when you felt the stick. You're not sure on the exact size, but like whatever it is, you felt the pain going down your face, not up your face, down. So whatever it was big enough that it could, you know, whatever it did towards your face, it was big enough to bring it across you. So probably pretty big, but you can't really tell a proper size.
So I felt the attack. What did it feel like?
It felt painful. That's all you got, just
You
pain.
don't know what the actual hit connected.
No.
had.
You felt your quarterstaff strike something, and then just felt your face burning and hurting, and then you saw red, which you assume was blood running down your face.
Right.
You got tangoed by a jellyfish. It's all working through.
No. Okay. Anything else?
That was it. After that, it was a moment of. You think that was one of your memories. It's not something you can place. It's not something you've lived. You've not gone through it in a trance before, and you couldn't. You know, like a trance, it's not something you could fully control what was going on in the scene, but you don't remember it. And immediately afterwards, you were straight back into the drills that you were running through intentionally.
Like subconsciously, while still in that trance, I'm gonna kind of put my hand across where my scars are on my face.
Cool. Yeah.
And almost kind of held that for a while as if it's hurting.
Yep. That's fair.
Sounds a bit odd.
Cool. That is you done.
Derek.
Oh, fuck.
Your sleep is peaceful. You may have been dreaming.
Cool, let's move on. Yeah, sweet.
You woke up.
Then it's darkness. It's
You in my dream.
Shared dreaming.
I'm gonna
is
slap
your-
that fucking jellyfish so you do.
Or you're the
You're
big thing
his
around
attacker.
the yeah.
you are.
Roll.
And I'm his
Reversal.
attacker. Somehow.
You get a sense of familiarity from this darkness, though. This is
Oh,
somewhere.
good.
You think this is a place you've seen twice before. but you've not seen it in a year or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rhymes with duck. Yeah.
As the darkness starts to become slightly brighter, and you can see sort of up above you 4 little bars of light, like what you could see before. Not enough light where you could see where you are, but enough you know that there's vision. But there's something more to it this time. Previously you could only see and hear. This time you are able to feel to an extent. Your hands are bound, tied, manacles. You can't quite maybe change. You can't quite tell what it is.
But some sort of restraint.
Yeah, up like this.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Manacles and chains then.
You can feel some sort of iron band across
Up
your
your
stomach,
anus.
which is very, very cold.
Oh, it's touching my skin.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
at that point you realise, yeah, that's just touching your skin. And you can feel a similar sort of, some sort of restraint across your ankles. And there
Do you
is.
think a restraint was going to?
You're in some sort of
Kinky
S&M
shit.
Don't
dojo.
know.
His penis.
This is definitely a wet dream.
You realise the reason you can't see is because suddenly someone unzips the mask.
Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple!
Shoves an orange in your mouth.
Oh
Um,
god.
and
What was the safe word? What was the safe word?
Banana.
you can feel cold metal against your back. You do appear to be standing. You're not lying down. You're standing.
That's so much better.
And then you watch as the light from the bars just sort of dim and darken, and you see a face press itself up against the bars and then walks away. You can't see the details. As the face gets closer, the light disappears entirely. You just know that there's someone looking
Because
in.
their face blocks out the light.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
As I'm naked, I haven't got my goggles on, so I can't see in the darkness. Okay, cool.
Yes. And you hear footsteps walking away. 2, maybe 3 sets. And mumbling words. You can't quite make out the words. Apart from, again, a word you've heard before. Prime. You hear the word prime.
First name Optimus.
Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed.
That would be so good.
I'm not
And then-
halfling, I'm also a.
Oh, we need
What
a
are you gonna
vehicle.
do? Are you going to turn into a little kid's tricycle or something?
I'm going to turn into a big wheel, yeah.
You're not Decepticon, are you?
You also
No,
then,
they're toasters.
you also then hear the same voice
Themselves?
say,
No, he does have deception.
enchantment, and then some more words, stronger.
So just 3 words: prime, enchantment, stronger. As those are the ones I can make out of this conversation that's happening that I can't hear.
Yep.
You'll be the greatest tea drinker in the world. More.
Am I not already? Fucking hell.
I think you're the only tea drinker in the world.
Is the voice the same?
The same voice as before. Not one you can place. It's not one you've heard.
No.
You do get the sense that between like enchantment and stronger, there was maybe like 3 or 4 words that were said. So it's part of the same sentence. Prime was a completely different sentence. And then the vision fades, and you go back to whatever pleasant dream you were having before.
Cool. Yay.
Who would like to do third watch?
Well, he's woken up now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've woken up as well.
Fair. Sweating.
I probably
There's a
will.
torch.
Yeah. Shade and Derek wake up.
Yeah.
Derek, when you wake up, you are in a very cold sweat.
Yay.
And Shade, yeah, when you wake up, your face hurts.
I guess.
Yeah, you're like, it is burning.
Oh, that's just because I was just by the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so Pa and Shamshir go to sleep. You two are on watch. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Is it a straight roll?
A straight roll because you've got the torch.
Feared enough. 24.
Less than that.
Okay. Your guys' watch is uneventful. You do it. You each privately, without really being, not saying it, are pretty happy with the fact that you are able to stay focused with the watch, following disturbing dreams.
I imagine this is kind of a quiet watch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's him.
I mean, even more than normal.
Talk if you want. There's not many people that are awake.
Yeah. You just
Let's not
you
gonna
you,
willingly
you
talk.
steadily sort of plod and patrol.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to talk to him for a minute.
Cool.
Oh boy. I totally don't know what it is. Of course not.
Cool. You guys talk about something. I imagine it's a very awkward small talk conversation.
Better not be about tea, I tell you. Better not be about tea.
It's going to be about tea.
What else is it going to be called?
Coffee.
I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to start asking questions about the Shadow Guard.
Huh.
Fair play.
You get the standard generic stuff, because I can't remember it, that everyone else has got, because I can't disclose information about it. Sorry.
Yeah. You learn nothing new beyond
Yeah.
public knowledge.
Whatever it is, I can't remember, and I know I've probably told you before. And there's a lot of it.
But you
There's a lot.
talk to me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cool. So your guys' watches just occurs.
Can I talk about the members in it or not?
You could talk about two members.
Yeah, I thought so.
Only two.
And he knows about them.
Yep.
Because he's met them.
Yeah.
Thought so. Okay. Oh dear.
Yeah, every time I go to the council, they're there.
No,
Yeah.
no.
One
but-
of them is there.
One of them's there.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
You
none
just
them.
heard of the other one, but
No
has
one's
he
ever-
never seen them? Has he?
No,
He's never seen him there at the
He's
council.
there. They know he exists, but no one's met him.
Yeah.
The council will have met him.
exist.
I've met
Okay.
I know of him.
Yeah. So your guys watch. During their watch, Throndraek.
I'm very confused.
You know what it is? It's just camp.
Yeah.
We camped in a fucking haunted spot. Shit, I didn't check for hallowed ground.
That's just weird because of what I've written in my notes. Before any of these stories started, it was me contemplating thoughts about previous things. Amazing.
John, why are you controlling Liam's mind?
He lived with him.
Yeah.
Not gay.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Your rest is, for the most part, peaceful. But
There's always a but.
you do have
Big butt.
memories
Okay.
come to the forefront that you'd rather not think about. You have memories of living with your tribe below the mountains. You have memories of learning the blacksmithing. You have memories of annoyance, desire, anger, the need to prove yourself, prove that you are more than what people think you are. You think through walking up into the mountains, encountering a group of people, talking with them. You regret having the conversation, but there's not much. As much as you scream at yourself to turn around, not listen, ignore it, the conversation happens the same. You remember waking up one night and finding the village on fire. Everything burning, the screams of people dying, being attacked, being taken. You remember dark places, damp places, the places where you didn't see light for weeks. You drank water, you ate moldy bread. You gained new scars. You learned to perform, to entertain. And then you come to the memory of when you first met the, not first met, it's a little late. You come to the memory where you were forced to into a fight you didn't want. You relive the outcome, and then you relive the joy you felt afterwards. When your shoulders burnt, you felt pain rack through your shoulder blades, and you found yourself 50 feet higher than you were before in an instant, carving through the person who was responsible for you being there. And then watching as you bring them down and felt the pleasure of seeing their blood spill across the floor. And then you jolt awake. Looking around, you feel pain in your shoulder blades.
Okay.
Same burning sensation. You don't see anything. Shade and Derek are looking at you because you've just sat upright, and probably because it's you, you probably also grabbed your axe at in the same movement and are sitting there like this.
Yeah, I'd probably stand up. Like,
Yeah.
Did you hear something? What is it?
I'm gonna like take a look around.
Yeah.
Like,
There's nothing to see. As far as you two are, Derek and Shade are able to see, Throndraek's just stood up. There's nothing odd. Well, that's odd about that. He still just looks like Throndraek. There's nothing else going on.
Good old Throndraek with yellow eyes.
yeah.
You have a look around. You see your party. You see the horses. You see Derek and Shade looking at you.
I'm going to use words of terror on Shade.
What?
And I'm going to make him find with Throndraek, just for shits and giggles.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Bard being bard.
Because that conversation just finished. That's amazing. Worked with accidental timing.
Good man.
Job.
Okay.
Who's the same?
So you've got to make a wisdom saving throw,
Mm-hmm.
or be frightened of Throndraek.
Oh! Is that a 1?
Mm-hmm. 5.
Wop, wop, wop.
You.
Is it like, so is this like how long after I've jumped up?
Oh, straight away.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You
Shade,
jumped up, grabbed your axe, and Shade about to run away.
you look over at Throndraek, and just something in your mind flips.
Okay.
You think that's Throndraek is angry. He is destructive, and he is there to kill you.
He's the thing in the dark.
And he is terrifying at this moment in time.
Okay.
What are you doing? You can't move closer to him. I can say that much.
So I don't have to unwillingly move away.
No.
Oh,
Doesn't
you
force
can't
you to
move
move away.
close
You're
to
just terrified of him for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So in looking around Throndraek, you notice that Shade is on guard
It's terrifying.
and he is sort of carrying away from you.
I'm gonna like at that reaction. I'm gonna like look over my shoulder to check if anything's there.
There's nothing there.
Do I wake up at any point?
No, this is third.
This is the end
Like-
of the third watch.
And I'm
Well,
gonna,
it's
I'm
still
gonna,
it's during the third
Yeah.
watch.
like, I'm gonna just.
Nothing there.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
Shots block for this.
run and then dash. That's 90
Keep point
feet.
dash.
No.
Into our forest.
Yeah.
Just out into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Shade just bolts.
Don't worry about that. That's my fault.
Just a casual admittance. That's my fault.
That's fucking amazing.
Whoops.
I accidentally the monk.
I wound her up and let him go. He'll come back in about an hour.
Oh god, yeah, now we can't get any closer.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
I
Okay.
should just be sitting up a tree for the next hour. It's just like, I will go back soon. The thing is still there.
How far are you running, Shade? Just out the trees, or?
Yeah, pretty far.
Okay.
Into the
Once he's out of sight,
Yeah.
he's still there and terrifying, but it's not a problem when he's out of sight. You don't.
I don't
you
know why though, do I?
No, you don't know why. You just know you're suddenly terrified of him.
You didn't see him casting the spell?
It's not a spell.
It's not
Spell.
a spell,
Oh.
it's class feature.
I just fuck with the darkness. Anyway, yeah. What? Bad dream?
Yeah.
There's nothing behind you.
I guess. Just past memories.
Maybe something about this place. I didn't sleep well either.
Yeah.
Do you want to share? Problem shared is a problem halved. I mean, that's what they say. I don't believe it.
Maybe in the future.
Okay, sure.
I need to think.
I'm gonna walk off into the woods.
The same direction as him or another direction?
I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
A direction.
Probably in a
quick.
different direction.
Like, probably. I've probably paid.
Now
enough,
look what you've done.
probably paid enough attention to do that. I like go in a different direction. So.
Is my watch over?
No.
Oh shit.
Fuck yourself.
While I'm out there,
Yeah.
I want to try and find a small animal that I can hunt.
Sure, you can hunt a small animal.
Get some of the blood, smear it over my mouth and my hands.
Okay. You have smeared blood over your mouth and
What I'm
hands. Cool.
And then I'm just gonna walk around the perimeter.
Which you can do. Because as far as you're aware, Throndraek is still in the middle, so you can't get closer to the
So
centre.
we can bump into him in the trees.
And then shit himself.
Oh shit, I'm going the other way. Oh no, I'm faster than you, I have to go back
Yeah,
the other way.
he just flies off and leaves the mound of shit hanging, suspended in the air.
Or a cloud shaped like him.
Whereabouts are you wandering off to, Throndraek? You're just going just out into the dark?
Somewhere where I can't be seen, I'm alone, and
Yep.
I'm gonna short rest.
Okay.
Because I'm not going back to sleep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair. Derek, what are you doing?
Just watch.
A watch.
Tea, anyone?
Okay.
Kind of a bit like, yeah, I didn't think that through. I've got to do the watch by myself.
Yeah.
F.
Yeah. And your watch ends before Shade comes back. So at some point, Shade. So you get the next pair up, which actually at this point is
me
and Icarus, and and then they start watch. You notice Shade isn't there and Throndraek is no longer there.
I'm going to ask about this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where are the others then?
Throndraek had a bad dream and he's gone for a walk to clear his head. I don't know when he's going to come back. I don't know what he's doing.
Common occurrence tonight, I guess.
Sure. Shade left for. I fucked with him a little bit.
Just the tip.
He should be back soon. It should wear off soon.
What did you do?
Rufus.
I had a bad dream and I took it out on Shade undeservedly.
At least he's honest.
You know what's funny though? I think we're all going to end up doing the same when I come back.
I'll be asleep. I don't give a shit.
Look his ears.
I took it out on an animal.
Anyway, yeah.
Alright. Where's
What?
Throndraek? Oh, he went off here.
Yeah.
Alright. Which way did they go?
You're like.
Yeah. That's cool. Sort of that random way. Awesome.
We then do all the three of us do the secret purple helix handshake, and then I go to do the flip head.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. Perfect.
God. You need to make that up and show us on the camera.
About sort of like
Just
30 or so
like-
minutes into your watch, Shade wanders back into the
Do I?
I mean, I assume you do. At some point, you are no longer terrified of Throndraek, and
Yeah.
you're there like, what?
Still not knowing why.
Yeah, you have no idea why. You're just there like, why the fuck was I scared of Throndraek?
Some
Yeah, we're
realisation
sparring
of
buddies. We're cool.
So do you wander back in, or do you just stay at the outside?
Bless you.
Cool.
That was awesome.
I will wander back in.
Cool. Excuse me.
With blood
Actually,
on your
before I
face.
do so, am I able to see just them two are on watch, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we should
Are
probably
you
roll for
walking
that.
around or are you on the cat in the middle?
Yeah. Are you walking? I assume that
I've given Icarus the
I
torch
was wandering around.
you'll wander around.
Can
Cool.
I
Yeah.
because Icarus just had.
I wanna-
shit eyes.
try and sneak
Human eyes.
back in without them seeing me and go back to sleep? Well, not
Okay.
sleep, but at least stay by the campfire.
Okay. You probably they are probably going to see you as soon as you walk into the clearing because there's nothing to hide behind,
Fair enough.
and there is a campfire and a torch, so you can sneak up to the edge. But yeah,
There's
the
the
moment
rocks and things, isn't there?
Hmm?
Can you use the rocks?
there
Actually.
are some rocks. I mean, you can see
I'll
what
come
happens.
up to the edge.
Yeah.
And that poor little animal, whatever it was, I will throw as far into the centre as possible.
Okay, so make a perception check for me. Well, Icarus can't see.
No.
What did you roll?
1.
Oh, cool. So did Icarus.
Together,
Note to self: never ever put the two sorcerers on watch. Ever.
So what spell can you do? Well, I can do these spells at level.
When you got into a conversation on magic
Yeah,
and
you
just
just-
forgot to do what.
Yeah, you completely forgot to have a watch. So,
Sudden
Shade,
quadruple shish
you sneak up to the edge of the camp. Well, the edge of the camp. Notice that Icarus and Aegis are paying no attention to just walk in and sit down. You don't need to sleep. You've already finished your long rest.
Yeah.
You could just walk in and sit
Oh yeah,
down.
there it's cool.
And like an hour and a half later, they suddenly notice that you're sitting by the campfire.
Oh, do I get my short rest?
Oh yeah, you get a short rest.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Because
Cool.
26 hit points isn't going to cut it.
No, it's not.
Fuck no.
But so eventually you notice him, and he's just sitting there, and he has blood around his face and over his hands.
What on earth did Derek do to you?
I don't know what I did.
No.
What?
Derek said he did something that made you run off. What the
He did this?
I don't know. He just said he
Neither do
did
I.
something and you ran off.
Well. Whatever it is,
Yeah, like a squirrel or
wanna-
something.
Yes.
try and can I put it into his bag?
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh no.
Fail the slow hand.
That was a drop.
Come on.
That's what I meant.
That was bad anyway.
What's your total?
9.
9? Because Derek is asleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no
managed
way.
to get it in without him noticing.
That
Because
must be
while
what
he's
he's
Now
now
a
asleep,
bald hedgehog in
His-
your bag.
his
You managed to
passive
get
is-
it in without him noticing.
Yeah.
But not gay.
So did he. He got that one in without any of us.
He's inside his teapot now.
So yeah,
Well, I did put it in his bag.
you slide a dead squirrel into his bag.
He's sliding something in your bag.
Aegis notice you do this.
Do we?
They rolled 5.
Oh no, right, no, yeah, you're. Oh no, you're.
Well,
you
no,
are
we're not
looking-
actually
yeah.
watching anymore. We're
If
now
you
just
can talk
chatting.
to me, yeah.
We're talking to him so we see him do this.
No, I'm not making this like stealthy from
Yeah.
you, but if the fact that you just said that he made me run away because it was his fault, I'm getting him back for that. Like, don't throw a fork at me.
With a dead animal.
I will
Oh,
watch
Fork in
myself.
the shoulder, dead animal in the bag. What's
Um,
next? Severed heads. Hours.
A tentacle.
He said he did it though.
He said something, yeah.
Wonder why. I was terrified of him.
Don't know why, do I?
No,
No, he did. He told
Throndraek.
us. He did tell us.
And I pointed
Oh yeah,
to
he
Throndraek.
said he had a bad
He
dream
said
and
he had
took
a
it out
bad
on
dream and he accidentally took it out on you without you thinking about it, apparently.
I'm not there.
Talking.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, but like, when I said him, I would have
Yeah.
pointed towards you. I couldn't think. Instantly.
Apparently it's a night for weird dreams.
Why? You had one?
Both Throndraek and Derek did, by the sounds of it.
Hmm.
I had a bit of a strange time myself.
Well, so did I.
Well, it's... what could have caused it?
Him.
Yeah.
Everyone point at the DM. It's laughing. We are fucked.
I just had a series of
I blame
visions
Store,
of
let's
my
kill him.
own. I actually do bring it up to him about what I heard, roughly what I saw. Not specific details, but that
A
in my
bunch of
trance
changing
Yeah.
scenes and the ending.
that weren't from my that weren't me.
Yeah.
Well, mine were basically the same, were they?
Sort
Yours
of.
memory.
Oh, they-
Sort of. But yours, you're pretty confident was a memory.
Yeah, it was a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an uncalled memory, but
Mhm.
you were pretty sure it was your own memory. Aegis is talking about something else took control of his trance,
Right.
which you do know as an elf. You know there are normally 2 points in your life where you are unable to control your trance.
Right.
When you are a child, and you are reliving the memories that your soul has previously lived. And when you are an old elf and begin your remembrance, where you lose control of your trance and start reliving the memories of the previous lives that you've had.
Right.
Aegis is neither a child nor an old
Very
elf. So losing control of his memories is fucking weird.
Worrying.
How old are you?
125, I think it was.
Something like
Oh,
that.
we actually the same age. Oh no, I'm 140. Oh, close though.
Bro, that's pretty damn close.
Damn.
We're the same age.
Oh really? Ah, holy shit.
No one seems to know what's causing it, although...
Well,
I'm going to mention that the elf representative on the council remembered something. She couldn't quite get it, so I'm assuming it was part of the information that seems to have been wiped.
well,
Have you got any ideas?
no.
Yeah.
I relived mine. Well, it was a memory. Quite painful.
Those are the worst.
Woke up with a banging headache.
I'm sure what happened was probably not helpful, although the piece might have been nice.
Okay. The rest of your watch passes without incident. Everyone can have a long rest apart from Throndraek, who
Womp womp.
because you have slept. I'm gonna say you
have half a long rest.
You've got 6 hours, so...
no, because you got woken up and wasn't there for the last touch. Make your con save against exhaustion with advantage.
27?
Oh yeah, you're fine. Oh, actually, I don't think you can fail that first DC.
Minimum 10.
Never mind, you can't fail that first DC. You can go a day without sleep. You're fine. You can't fail that DC. if I remember correctly. Okay. As you guys all wake, Throndraek, do you come back?
It'll probably be like half an hour after they've woken up or something that I return. So
yeah, when there's enough light to sort of see by and stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, DC 10. Let me just advance my calendar 8 hours.
Oh, for God's sakes, Throndraek, you still have the fork in you.
Nah.
Did you really go all night with that stuck there?
Actually, still dark because the nights are still long.
That needs cleaning.
Yeah. So,
oh God!
Not that. No,
Yeah.
he meant the other bit.
Throndraek comes wandering in. He looks a little tired, but not like drained. And then I'd also say probably Derek, Shade, and Aegis all look a little
worse for wear.
Yeah. They've slept, but probably not one of their better nights of sleep. And we're going to call a break there and pick up that conversation with part 2. Be with you soon.